Hello. First and foremost, I want to say I'm sorry for my video quality. I'm just recording this video with my laptop's cam. But hey, long ago since the last time I uploaded a video into this YouTube channel. But that was that was because the main problem I want to talk about in this video, and the main problem I have been facing for the last 6 months, I think. And this is very normal. I mean, most of the people at least once had felt this, but I'm not sure it uh, this long. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that most of the people had felt this more than this long. I saw this on my family. Most of my family are stuck in their lives, and I don't want that to happen to me too. Okay, let me be completely clear about myself in this video. I'm going to share the most realistic uh, version of myself. Okay, so my name is Aldair, as most of you, as said in the first video, and this is the second one, and I'm uploading this as a way of commit with myself, as a way of commitment with myself about changing these habits that have been uh, that had having me stuck so far. And that is really upsetting, man. That really drives me nuts because I am a dreamer. As most of the people want to achieve so many things, and I am one of them, okay? I want to achieve so many great things. I want to be rich. I want to support my family. I want to make my mother happy. I want to find love and get a good family in a certain point of my life. Of course, I want to do that. And Uh, but so far, my lack of commitment uh, has had been my main problem because I want to perform so many things, and at the end of the day, I don't perform nothing, and that is really upsetting. You know, uh, my mind sometimes just uh, starts to thinking on another relevant thing, which makes me think that I am not really committed with the things I am doing. Just right now, my mind wants to fly away, and that really upsets me, man. I used to think that that was because I had H A HDAT H A AHDAT. I'm not sure how to pronunciate that. But that's a very normal mental problem. It, saying for saying in some way, I'm not sure. But no, I'm pretty sure that that's not the case because I believe that the main problem I'm facing this is because I have been behaving my mind this way. I mean, this is a habit. This is something I didn't try to control, never before. And that's why I'm dealing with the problems, with the consequences. Okay. And yeah, right now, just right now, in this point of my life, I feel like a disappointment because I have a scholarship. I am supposed to be a good student, one of the top students of my university on my career. And I am one of the words, okay? I should be at the fourth year the career that and I am in the first, in the second, in the second, okay? I am in the second year. I with that I mean that I am taking courses of the second year of the career. I don't work. I don't work. I am receiving money from my mother. I am receiving money for the scholarship. I I am supposed to be a good student, but I am just wasting my time, and that really upsets me, man. I should be at least performing a job. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man. So many contradictions into my mind. But let me. That will be a a valid reason to be in a second year if I were working, but that's not the case, and that really upsets me. That really makes me feel that I am wasting my time. Uh, I am bad dealing with pressure. Okay, and I am pretty aware that that's where the growth is. But so far, I haven't faced pressure, and that really upsets me. As I said to you, I want to give you a little background about myself. Okay, I come from a shitty background. My father was alcoholic. Yeah, he used to drink too much, and when he comes home, he started to uh, beating beating my mother. Okay, sometimes me and my sister, but here his favor was my mother. I don't know. He used to say that my mother was a whore and things like that. Like that. That's a pretty normal problem on my society. Let me tell you this. And, and after that, I grew up in a big house, in a shitty house. That house was made of mud, dried mud. Here we call it adobe, which are kind squares of mud that are piled up one up, up, upper another, um, one above another. I'm not sure how to say up other. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to say this, but I believe that you understand the point. So the houses are built this way. The form are not very different, just like a normal room, 4 meters for 4 meters, uh, and the ceiling was made of calamina. I'm not sure how to say this, which are calamina. Okay, and I grew up there. My father never achieved anything remarkable in his life. All he did was fucking uh, yeah. All he did was being a hindrance. Okay, being a hindrance. He was a hindrance in our lives. Um, we used to live that in that shitty house, and the job he used to perform was a farmer. Okay, he was a farmer, and this is not a traditional American farming. No, at all. Here the weather is so cold, and we used to work the fields. We used to work the fields using our hands and certain tools. There were no machines to do the job for us. We used to do all this stuff using our hands, okay? And the bad news here is that this is not a well paid job, okay? Most of the farmers are poor, and I'm not sure why they are still doing this. I don't know. I don't care to, and certainly I don't care neither. But yeah, I grew up there. I used to think most of my uncles always said I was the most intelligent guy that ever existed. I'm exaggerating, but they used to tell me that I was a very smart guy, and that is completely true. Okay, I was very smart for my age, but certainly I think that um, school was a waste of time. I think that that was not useful at all. All the stuff they teach me, I don't even remember right now, and I believe that that's a problem that most of the young people face. Okay, waste your teens, but I'm not sure what is supposed to do a child of 10 years. But certainly, I believe that I could do too many greater things than I did in the school. And taking into account that my school, the school in my country is one of the worst. Okay, it's so bad. But anyway, I'm not here to critique. I'm not here to talk shit about the education education system of my country. Anyway, after that, I reached a remarkable. achievement. There is there's something there's kind of scholarship here in my country called high performing students school, something like that. That's the translation. Colegios de alto rendimiento, high performing students school. I think that's the way. I'm not sure, but it is some. It's a program aimed for remarkable students. I'm poor, by the way. I'm not sure if poor is the word, but you have to come from a national school, a public school. um, yeah, that really opened my mind. Okay, I just realized that there were two more than I met so far until then. Okay, because until then I grew up in a little town which was full of the same people every single year. Okay, the same faces. There was nothing new. Maybe sometimes a new sidewalk because there in the 15 years that I was there. I believe that just once the government built it a new street. Okay, but once in a while there were a new sidewalk, and and just for that you can make an idea about how fucked up was that town, and obviously there was nothing new there. All the people know there is farming and yeah, just farm. Okay. Um, Agricultura. Um, okay, agricultura. I'm not sure how to translate the word. Maybe in the next video I will do it. I will do it. Okay. So then was my fears within with the real world. Um, After that, the pandemic came and I was doomed again to live with my father. Another shitty season. Then was my I then there was my first fight in my whole life, and that was with my father. Okay, me and my sister against my father. Uh, my father is one of the worst people in the whole world. There are bad people. My father is a bad person. Okay. After that, me and my mother leave that house, leave that shitty house, and my mother built her own house, a little bit near in the same neighbor. Let me tell you something. That town was really small, so go from one point to another one was not really harsh. I mean, at most it will take you an hour. No, less than that. 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Yeah. So, yeah, my mother built it here on a house near to my father's house. It wasn't even his house. Wasn't even his. Was uh, his mother's house. That when dying, it leaved it to him to her sister, but her sister lived in Arequipa, in the city I'm right now. So the house was abandoned. So my father just started to live there with us. But anyway, once my mother built in her own house, we went there and started to live there. At the beginning, there was no electricity. There was no water. There was no main door. I mean, anybody could get into the house and nothing could happen. Okay, was so easy for a stealer to steal us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we started to live there. Our first kitchen was a kitchen I built it peeling up bricks that uh, weren't used on building the main house. I mean the bricks that weren't needed. the excedent of bricks. Yeah, I use it that and I just peel it then up. I didn't even use mud or something to join them. Okay. And that was our first kitchen and yeah, I remember that. After we started to live there, my father drunk it used to come there and yeah, started to kicking our nuts, okay. He really didn't want us to abandon him and he used to say the opposite, but he usually came, he always came to us. He tried to kill my mother so many times, okay? I remember that once my mother went to the uh, to the field. Let me translate that. Okay, I remember that my mother once went to the farm. According to the Google Translate, and that's the way it translates. I'm not sure if that's the word, but anyway, I remember that one my mother once just waked up and very early, by the way, and she went to the farm to to water the plants. I'm sorry, I didn't know how to say water. To water the plants, to water the herbs, to water yeah, to water the plants. Okay, and my father was drunk, and he went there and he started to beat my mother. Okay, uh, I'm not sure if my mother said that his hands was in her neck, and thank to God, a person that we both know was there and saved my mother. Thank to God, I'm very glad with her. And just like that, there are so many other episodes, there are so many other circumstances in a similar way. That is just one. And after that, I believe that I'm going to tell you this story of just until then. And let me tell you something, okay? Uh, uh, I have been through a lot of shit, okay? And I am not able to use all that shit. It's just like I am so incapable of committing myself with a greater goal that after living all this shit, I am not even able to get up my ass and start performing. And that's the way, and that's why I am recording this video to recall myself that I come from a shitty background, and at least I should be doing something better than I am doing right now. Um, So I'll tell you, I am a dreamer. There are so many things that I want to achieve, and so far I'm not doing even nothing to do that. Okay, I'm doing nothing to do that, and that really upsets me. I think I, sometimes I even aware of myself of the amount of lack of commitment, lack of seriedad. I'm not sure. I feel like I am not taking my life seriously, and that really wants me to kick myself. But okay, okay, okay. Uh, I believe that this video is more for me than for you. But if you see this, Let me tell you that this simple this simple idea, okay, being through shit doesn't guarantee you a successful life. My father is a clear proof of that, and I don't want to be a clear proof of that. Okay, I already know that that is possible. Being beat it every day doesn't guarantee me a successful life. I used to think that way, but that's not the true. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If uh, uh, oh, forget it.